Hi, I'm Shawn Stadig. Welcome to MidCap Movers, an interview series which brings you America's business future, new and otherwise unknown investment opportunities that are usually only available to the inner circles of Wall Street. Today, we'll be speaking with the visionaries of StoneRidge Studios CEO William Lane and Director of Production Robert Conway. Mr. Lane is a 20-year veteran of Wall Street and founder and chairman of BFR Capital Group. Mr. Conway is a filmmaker who wrote and produced and directed his first feature film while still in film school on a $60,000 budget. That film, Redemption, has gone to gross over $2 million worldwide. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mr. Conway, please tell me, how could you make a feature film on $60,000?
Well, $60,000 is all we had to work with. So it was a daunting task, is how we're going to do a period film for that little bit of money. We networked with certain reenactment groups, other people like that, to provide us with wardrobes, but we had to get really, there was a lot of action in the script. So we had to use a lot of post-production techniques, programs like After Effects we relied very heavily on, things like that. But also some of our practical effects were really interesting. We have some pretty cool ways about how we pulled those off. The script called for a guy who was holding a stick of dynamite, goes off in his hand, he gets blown up in the middle of this main street. So yeah, we did that by, of course, the first thing that goes through your mind is, well, you can't do an effect like that without any money, but we were able to rig up essentially a coffee can with some black powder for about $20, maybe a little fuse, and place this dummy on top of this homemade kind of pipe bomb thing, and it looks pretty cool. Turned out really neat.
Wow, $20 and a coffee can. Do we have a clip of that? That's pretty amazing. I can't believe you did that on $20. Mr. Lane, from Wall Street to filmmaking, how'd you make that leap?
Well, I got an email one day from a friend of mine. It was an audition locally here for a character, a Russian mobster character. Said I'd be great for the part. So they wanted a headshot and a resume, so I sent over a picture I had of myself, and they called me back for an audition. So I auditioned for the Russian character Roma in the movie Sickle, which we've just completed, and the rest is history. So
you went from acting, but now you're producing. So how did that happen?
Well, that was the best part of it. After 4 days of being on set, I mean, they were sporadic. I did a couple of days, and I was off for a week and had to come back. I was there for the final day. And that day was a grueling day for the crew. It was grueling for the cast, but mostly for the crew. I think they put 22 hours in that day, right?
Yeah.
And and the camaraderie that Rob, being the field general and his team had together, and the laughs they were having. I mean, we were filming until 7 till dawn, and I rapped. I was one of the last scenes to rap. And at the end of that scene when we cut, everybody stood up and applauded as I got upset, and thanked me and patted me on the back. And that team camaraderie, that team spirit, was really something special. And it gives me goosebumps to talk about it now. And it's really something that I hadn't felt in a while, not back since I was an athlete. And so, in talking with Rob, maybe the next week, I told him if there's anything I can do to help him, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera, to let me know.
Mr. Conway, what's your principal role at StoneRidge Studios?
Well, Bill handles more of the business end, and I handle the creative end. In order to be a filmmaker, you have to make films that make money, because films, even on the independent level, cost a lot of money to make. So keeping that in mind, making films that I want to make, stories that I want to tell, but also films that have a commercial proven audience. And usually, with what we're doing, we're trying to offer you an alternative to what Hollywood's not offering. It's hard to compete with the big studios on our level. But what they do is essentially, like horror is an example. One of our divisions is horror. Sickle is a horror film. Hollywood seems to focus more on the PG-13 horror films, the little more tame, 90% of the audience is like what they're going for. But they exclude some people who like more like the horror movies we grew up with. A little bit more graphic content. But essentially, that gives us the opportunity to make cool films, make fun films, films that we all love, and make money doing it, and make money for our investors.
Now, I understand that you do most of your filming in Arizona. Why Arizona?
Well, Arizona's a beautiful state. I mean, I grew up out here, but there's quite a few reasons. There's good tax incentive reasons to shoot out here. Also, there is still a bit of a glamour aspect to it here, or a novelty aspect that you don't really have in California, New York, one of the more bigger markets. The local community is really eager to help out, and that certainly helps when you don't have a lot of capital to start with. I mean, when you're working on a budget as small as 60,000, for example, the last one spent some more than that, but still under $1 million. It's you need favors, you need people to help you. So.
Yeah, sounds great. Now you've talked a lot about Sickle. Is there a way we could take a look at that as well? Did you bring one today?
Yeah.
Great. Can we take a look at that?
See, people don't just happen into Redstone by accident. All that come through here are creatures, animals, long devoid of any virtue.
You're gonna be real sorry.
Wow, that is scary.
Well, thanks. That's what we were going for.
Nice job. You definitely achieved it.
I just want to say, Rob only even gives me 2 frames in every teaser, and that's because I pay for the movie.
We'll
Right, right,
pay
right.
I
for
can
you,
only
get
imagine
you.
what I get if I.
Well, you know, it used to be a half a frame. So.
So, Mr. Lane, what's the future of StoneRidge Studios?
StoneRidge Studios' future is bright. We're currently doing a first round of financing for $4 to $12 million. We're working with people in Europe and Asia, as well as domestically. You can plan on StoneRidge Studios in the next 3 to 6 months going public, and having some interesting announcements coming along. So we have a full slate of pictures. We have pictures that are in development. We have pictures currently in post. We have Necro Wars and Zombie Nurses, which is a lot of fun. It'll probably go to more to our website. Zombie Nurses specific will go to our website, Morbid Minds. So you'll see a lot of content coming out on the internet and on the screen, DVD, and we're hoping to get some theatrical releases. We even have some hopes that Sickle might make it to Sundance this year.
Well, gentlemen, your work looks great. I'm excited to see what you're going to come up with. And I did want to ask you, though, are there investment opportunities for people who might be interested in filmmaking?
Absolutely. I think there's great investment opportunities. Again, if an investor is interested in investing in films directly, in the profit sharing of films, we have that opportunity available to them in the next few months, though we're going to be public. We're also doing some private placements abroad and domestically. So there are many opportunities to invest with us and be part of an up-and-coming studio here in Arizona.
Gentlemen, it sounds like you've got a great situation here with the artistic and the business world coming together. Wonderful opportunity for people who want to get involved in the filmmaking. I wish you the best of luck in the future. Thanks for being
Absolutely.
here, really.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information on StoneRidge Studios, you can contact them directly at stoneridgestudios.com. And remember, you guys, I get tickets when the movie comes out. I'm your host, Shawn Stadig, and that closes another edition of MidCap Mover. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Until then, think big and invest wisely. Great job, guys.
You know,
really.
absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank you.
absolutely, definitely.